The field as they get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. And off we go from Denver. And the Mile High Air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 23-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, check back, 6.
Here's Locke. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack.
Hey, check back, 6. Sharp field. Hey, Mike 6.
Back to throw. Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Jackson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned at ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Jackson. And he's Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Locke. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They give it to Williams, running right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
36, check 26, check 26.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Let's put him on the buttons. Let's put that team on the buttons. Hey, check back, back 6, back 6. Here we go, D, get off the field.
Now Locke. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So now Drew Locke gives way to Brandon McManus. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Second down at 5. From the gun, Jackson. Incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
From the gun on third down, Jackson.
That's into the hands of Jacob Harris.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Locke to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, Locke. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Denver. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Pick me up. Here we go. Check 99. Check 99. Slam, slam, slam. Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
To throw it is Locke. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Williams. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Check, check. 40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Locke will try the sneak. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And McManus able to put it through.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
The 30. 10. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
They'll try to pound it in with Lacey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
They'll try again.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Ravens 14, Broncos 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that, because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, and trying to erase this deficit.
Lock's throw taken in by Sutton.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And all the way home for a Bronco score.
Javonte Williams.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good. It brings them within a point now. It's 14-13. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there just before halftime.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
It's now 4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And here comes a return from a few steps. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing now is Locke. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Locke going to throw. And that's checked down to Gordon. 2 yards on the pickup there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Watch the run, watch the run. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Watch here.
Block now to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Locke. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 20-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And some room to work. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the left hash. This from 37. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Switch.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
You. Forty's Mike. I got you, son. Let's go. Hey, Mike.
Here's Locke. Oh, into a sea of defenders, and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And a Raven first down.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. Check pass, Mike 6. Mike 6. Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this. Hey, check Mike 6.
2nd and 5 now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack.
Hey, check Mike 6. Let's go, defense. Hey, who we got? Mike 6.
From the gun, Locke. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Locke, got to have this one. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Mike 28. Mike 28. Oh, you got deep?
Here's Locke. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Another run here with Dobbins. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. Tough into that play. He had his eyes on that 1st down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the 1st down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Lock. It's Williams on the catch. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Lock to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
To throw is Lock. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And this one is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This from long, very long range. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now,